And I remember one day I got a call, it was right around Christmas time, it was last year at this time. And one of my donors was crying and she called me and she said, I had to call you, I had to stop. I was reading on poverty. And she said, and this was a donor that went with us to Ghana. And then soon after we returned home from Ghana, she had a very debilitating stroke, which caused her to be paralyzed at 48 years old. And she's going through a lot of struggles. Her family had kind of fallen apart. And you know, God was really testing her as a person of faith. And I think she is really struggling with her own personal faith. And she said to me, she was crying when she called me. She said, God does love you. I saw that in Mark's book. And I had to share that with you. And I, of course, called Mark right away. And it was just such a true testament of how messages will go and be remembered, live on forever. So I just wanted to share that. And one more quick story, because everybody said they should share a funny story too. But I remember when John Capisher first came to Minneapolis, when I first got hired, and I thought I was really cool, but I had a GPS in my car, and John was all impressed that I had this GPS, which I didn't really know how to work, but you know, I put it in my car and never really used it. But he said, you know, tell me about this GPS. He was trying to find out information because Mark always got lost and he was going to go home and call Mark. so
always looking out for you.
So last year, Mark came up, well in August, Mark came up for a meeting at Nicole Woodhouse's home. Well, Mark was too kind to really say this, but it took us about 20 minutes to get to Nicole's house and about an hour and a half to get home from Nicole's house. And still I wasn't using my GPS system. And we had taken many, many wrong turns along the way, and I was trying to not say anything, but Mark was trying to figure out it from the back seat and still being very kind, trying to figure out like how we were so lost. Anyways, thank you for your humility.